Hi, my name is Lynn Glacier and I'm going to show you how to make these fabulous carnations using the Easiest Carnation Ever cutter set. Designed by myself and made in collaboration with FMM, they are so easy to use. They're perfect for cupcakes, you can put them onto wedding cakes as sprays of flowers, and they even make really beautiful romantic frills. The other great thing about them is that between the two cutters you can make all different sizes of carnations. To start with, let's just talk about the icing I'm going to use. The best icing to use is a 50-50 mix kneaded together of sugar paste and modelling paste. I'm actually using a ready-made one called Satina Perfect Paste, but you can make your own. And the reason I use this is because it gives you time to frill the carnations, but then they set firm so they're easy to attach to the cake. I've rolled the icing out to approximately 1 millimetre and just dab your work surface with corn flour. This is a corn flour pouch, you can make them yourselves or buy them, and that stops the icing from sticking. You always want your icing to move around the surface. I'm going to cut 3 out, so just place the cutter on top of the icing and press firmly down and just move backwards and forwards. To pop the icing out, just press your finger into every curve. Now, what's really important, the reason I've cut out 3 at once is it works best if you leave your icing just to dry slightly. When you do this, as you're frilling the carnation, you get a better jagged edge, and then when you're rolling it up, it holds its shape much better. I'm actually going to use a frilling tool, but if you haven't got one of these, use a cocktail stick or the end of a paintbrush. Place it onto the snipped edge, curved edge, and what I want you to do is press down fairly firmly and just roll backwards and forwards and move all the way around the snipped curves, frilling the edge. Don't worry if it starts to look jagged, because that's actually what you want. If at all your frilling stick starts to stick to the icing, remember you can just dab a tiny bit more corn flour onto your work surface and the icing. There we go. Now I've got some edible glue and I'm going to paint a line just above the centre. Fold the carnation in half, or the icing in half, and press firmly down where you folded. I'm going to brush another line of edible glue along the length of the icing, and then starting one end, roll really tightly for the centre of the carnation. Now you must remember to roll in a straight line, and when I suppose I've gone in a couple of centimetres, stand the carnation on your work surface and keep turning. Then you can always take your frilling tool and just frill the petals out a little bit. What's really nice is if you've got a real carnation in front of you or a picture to copy. And that makes one size the first carnation. Now I'm going to add to that to make the carnation larger, and it's exactly the same as before. Take your frilling tool and frill in the same way all the way around the edge. I'm doing the same as I did before, a line of edible glue along the length of the carnation and fold, press firmly down, another line of glue, and I'm going to keep rolling this around the previous carnation to make it larger. So press firmly and then turn. Sometimes you just have to add a little bit of edible glue at the end to fix it. And there you have your next size of carnation. I'm going to add another ring of petals to make it even larger. Line of glue. Fold it, press down. Another line of glue. Find where you finished, the last petal finished, and start, press firmly, start there and just twist. And there we have a really beautiful large carnation. So as I said before, you can make all different sizes of carnations from these two cutters, from really large ones to tiny ones. To make the small ones, cut out your icing as before and just cut it in half and use 5 petals instead of the 10 petals. And they're really handy, the tiny ones, to use as filler flowers. Leave the carnations to set overnight. Then if you want to colour them or tint the edges, use some edible dust and then just take some up on a soft brush and dust the edges, like so. Lastly, I just want to talk about attaching them to the cake. So once they've dried overnight, you can cut the back off shorter or at an angle. And I've mixed here, I've got a sticky mixture. It's edible glue mixed in with the modelling paste, and you just take a little bit of this, place it onto the back of your carnation and slot it wherever you want to on the cake. I hope you enjoyed the video and really have some fun making these beautiful carnations. Thank you.